Hello, today I'm going to be doing a review of this. This is Red Sun by Mark Millar. It's an alternate universe DC storyline wherein Superman did not land in Smallville, Kansas. Instead, he lands on a collective farm in Soviet Russia in the 1930s, which is a very interesting concept because Superman is practically raised by Stalin, and he becomes the hero of the nation, and eventually becomes the leader of the nation, and it completely changes the way that the whole of the history of humanity would have worked, and it's very striking. I mean, I don't know whether you can see this, but on Superman's chest, there is a hammer and sickle symbol instead of an S, and that is very, very striking, and it really sort of paints a picture in your mind of something so simple that 12 hours in difference of how fast a ship is going could change the course of history. And it, like, all the characters that you would have seen in the DC universe are different. Like, Batman is this Russian kid whose parents were murdered by the secret police, so he's an anti-communist revolutionary called Batmankov. And then you've got Green Lantern, who is Hal Jordan still, but he is a fighter pilot who fought in Vietnam, and he was it Vietnam? It may have been Vietnam. Don't judge me. I don't remember everything. But he has the strongest willpower of any man on Earth. He constructed a concentration camp in his mind. Therefore, when they found when they found Abin Sur's ship, and they found the ring inside it, and Lex Luthor, who is the most intelligent man on the planet, figured out that it worked on willpower. So they chose Hal Jordan to bear the ring, and he became Green Lantern. Furthermore, you've got characters like Wonder Woman, who lives on Themyscira, and Themyscira is allied with Soviet Russia, and so you have this relationship between Wonder Woman and Superman, which later changes a whole lot. And then Jimmy Olsen, instead of being a photographer for the Daily Planet, is a CIA agent, and Lex Luthor has hair. Lex Luthor has hair. That is the best thing about this. Lex Luthor has hair. It's a really, really interesting story. Mark Millar is a fantastic writer, and like the ending of this book, I'm not going to spoil it because it's really very, very cool, but it completely messes with your mind. It's probably one of the most shocking things I've ever written in a comic. It's very, very cool. Think the time where we found out that Flash was the lightning bolt that gave him his powers, but sort of on a much larger scale. It's very, very interesting. It's definitely one of the best comics I've read in a long time. It's just so striking. Everything about it is complete shock to the system. But the most interesting thing about it, though, despite the fact that Superman was raised in a different country with different political values, he's still kind at heart, and he's still a hero, and he still wants the safety of everyone, despite the fact that the safety of everyone may not just be Russians. Like there's a scene where he hears about trouble in America, and he goes and saves Lois Lane's life, despite the fact that she is a capitalist, and that completely conflicts with his political ideals. This book is really, really interesting. Even if you're not a comic book fan, even if you're not a Superman fan, everyone knows the basic story of Superman. He is the overpowered all-American hero who fights for truth, justice, and the American way. But imagine if he wasn't fighting for America. One of the other great things about this book is that it's got really great writing, and the dialogue is excellent, and all of the thoughts and the captions from Superman's mind are really great, and just the writing is excellent. But one of my favorite things about this book is the art. It's really, really cool. Like, yeah, the artists in this book do a really great job of really pointing out how different everything is. Like, I don't know whether you can see this. I'm not particularly great with my camera skills, but I just love the art in this book. It's really, really striking, and it really highlights the differences between the Superman we know and love and the Superman that's depicted in this comic. So, in conclusion, oh my God, read this book. Read it now. Read it several thousand times. It's just one of the most visually striking and thought-provoking comics I've ever read, and I encourage everyone to pick it up. Thank you for watching.